Hi everyone. Today we will see an important topic called satellite communication. So let's begin. So satellite communication. So what is a satellite? Satellite can be defined as a smaller object or body that revolves around a much larger object. Take the case of our Earth and Moon. So Earth is the larger body and Moon is the smaller object, and the Moon keeps moving around the Earth. Okay, so and it moves in a fixed, well-defined path, and where it moves in space. So this is what this means. This is what a satellite is. So there are two types of satellites. You all know natural satellites and artificial satellites. So natural satellites, the best example is our own moon and the satellites of other planets like Mars. We have Phobos and Deimos, like that. Other planets, Jupiter, Saturn, every planet is having their own moons. So those are natural satellites. Then artificial satellites means they are designed and launched into space by different countries and different agencies of the world for various purposes like weather monitoring, navigation, the GPS we use, etc. Then TV and mobile communications, etc. So these are some basic about what satellite communication or satellite is in general. And now we'll go to the basic elements of satellite communication. See, the first is the user. You can see the user. Suppose it may be a mobile phone, it may be a computer, it may be a TV or any other device. Okay, so it will send an information or it will send a request to the communication network. Like it can be wires. If it is a wired communication network, or it can be towers for wireless communication network. So this is a communication network, like how the thing is being transmitted. Okay, that communication network here, and from here it will be reaching a station called earth station. So earth station is a place on earth, that is, it is a station on the earth where we will be getting this replaced from satellite, or where we will be sending the info to the satellites. So there's a station, just like we say railway station and all, where trains comes and goes. This is the station called earth station, where signals from the satellite comes and goes. Okay, and there are many earth stations around various parts of the world. So these are some basic about the communication system. So this is like, if we user is sending some data, it will be going to the communication network and it will be reaching the earth station, and the earth station will be asking the satellite, it will be sending the thing to the satellite, and the satellite replies to the earth station, and earth station will again send it to the communication network to the end user. This is how generally it works. So we can see like this, suppose this is an earth station, this is a transmitting earth station, and suppose this is another earth station where it will be receiving the signal from the satellite. This is a receiving station, so this is a transmitting station. So what happens in the transmitting station? So this is what we are going to do. The signal from the device will go through the communication network and it will be reaching the transmitting station. Okay, what happens in the transmitting station? The transmission station, we told in general, no, it will be sending the information to the satellite, and the satellite, no, after processing the information, it will return it to another receiving station. So, but from sending the data from here to here, there are certain processes involved, and from receiving the data from the satellite to this receiving station, then also there are certain things involved. So we will see what is happening at the transmitter earth station, and as well as what is happening at the receiver earth station. So at the transmitter station, as we have already told, the user will be sending the information, though the query from the user will be coming through the communication network, and it will be reaching the earth station, the transmitting earth station. So this is this signal, the base signal from the user. So it will be reaching the earth station. So earth station, what it does is, first it will encode the signal. So it will encode the signal, and then it will be modulating the signal, because the signal has to be modulated with a some carrier to send it. So we all know like different types of modulation. The signal alone cannot be transmitted, so it will be attached with a carrier signal, and it is getting transmitted. So the modulator will be there for modulation purpose. Then there will be an up converter to change the frequency. Like the different bands. There are different bands for different types of communication, like C, KU, KA, different bands. So based on the type of signal and which band we have to, and this every band is designated for some specific things. Suppose C band is mainly for communication and televisions, etc. While KU and KA are for weather forecast, military communication, etc. And suppose this communication is related with the military communication, what happens is it will be reaching the encoder. So encoder will encode it. Then they will modulate the signal, and the military signal will be up converter. Using this up converter, it will be going to the KU or KA band, and then the signal will be amplified, and it will be sent through the antenna. Then will send it to the satellite. So this is how it happens here. And suppose it is a communication signal, what happens is like the signal will come here, it will be encoded, then it will be modulated, and it will be up converted to the C band. And because no, I told there are different types of frequency bands like C, KU, and KA. And C is mainly the band which is being used for normal communications, TVs, etc. And KU and KA are reserved bands, generally for weather forecasting, military things, etc. So if communication signal comes, it will be converted to the C frequencies band, and then it is amplified and it is sent. So this is what generally happens at the transmitter station. So we will see what will happen at the receiver station. Receiver station is like the satellite will be sending some information, we have to receive at the earth. So this is what the station is, receiver station. So the receiver station will be having an antenna, so it will be receiving the signal, and the signal, no, it is, since it is traveling from that, it may be having some loss, some attenuation will happen to the signal, so we will amplify it to avoid for the loss. So the signal will be amplified and it will be down converted, because while sending the signal we have up converted it to C band or KU or K band. So we will be downlinking it down. Here we will be down using the down converter to convert it into the normal frequency of the signal. Then it will be demodulated. Since we have modulated while sending, no, we will be demodulating here. And before sending the signal, we have encoded it, and here there will be a decoder for decoding the signal, and it will be sent to the end user. The baseband signal will be sent to the end user, and this is the general process which happens at the earth stations. I hope these things are clear for you. So now we are going to see about the different types of signal or wave propagation. So everything is clear from this diagram. You have to just remember this diagram only. It will be very easy for you to remember the different types of wave propagation. So suppose this is the earth and there are two towers situated at different places on earth. So what happens? The first is ground wave. So ground wave is like, it will be coming from the tower and it will be hitting the earth, and it will get reflected and it reaches the other tower. Here I have shown like it is reflected only one time, but generally multiple reflections happens, and sometimes the signal will come reflect here, then again it will go to another antenna and reflects, or it will be reflecting, and like that it will be reaching the endpoint. So the ground wave, the name ground means it will be touching the ground for reflecting and it will be reaching. So this is how ground wave communication happens. And then the second is space wave. Space wave, we can see this is the source and this is the destination. This is the shortest path of communication. You can see this is the direct line of sight communication. See, and it is happening directly in a straight line, and it is therefore called line of sight propagation of signal, that is space wave. And the third is the sky wave. Sky wave means sky. See the sky means it is touching the sky. So what happens is the signal will be hitting the F layer of the ionosphere, and the F layer, from the F layer it will be reflected and it will be reaching the destination. So that is why it is called a sky wave, because it is touching the F layer of ionosphere. And instead of F layer, if it is touching the E layer of the ionosphere, then that is called scattering wave propagation. So I hope these four types are clear for you now: ground wave, space wave, sky wave, and scattering wave. And generally, the ground wave frequency ranges from 30 kilohertz to 3 megahertz, and that is the lowest of ground in frequency, that is ground wave propagation. And the next comes is like sky wave, that 3 to 30 megahertz, and greater than 30, then it is space wave propagation. And for scattering wave propagation, we have the greatest frequency, that is which is greater than 300 megahertz, that is the frequency. So these are the some of the general things about satellite communication. So we will continue in the next video, I hope. Thanks for watching. Okay.